Hello everybody, this is Robot 10 signing in, and glad to see you back, if you indeed are. And we're doing scripting tutorials for Lua. And if you remember from previously, we went over loops, how important they are, and gave some examples. And hopefully won't be copyrighted or something like that. No, it's not like copyrighted or something. Hopefully. Yeah, so now we've went over some examples, good stuff. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go see previous tutorials, and you see this down here. Yeah. So we're gonna go into some really fun stuff this time. Oh, and I forgot to mention previously, the for loops. It doesn't always have to be I. It could be J. It could be K. It could be blarg, ASDF, whatever, AFK. By, whatever. But it's a whole lot easier to just say I, you know. It's more common. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna go over something called instancing. If you don't, so instancing. Let's see. Local p. Local. Okay. Local. That is blue because it means that it will only stay inside the certain tab. I guess we could call it tab. Say if. Then local end. If you say local p equals blah, and then you say print p, it will not print. Actually, no, that still won't do it. Now it will print, or no, actually, won't even then, because now if I just said print p inside here, print p, it would go blah. But if I go p out here, it has no idea what p is. But you say it has a variable set right here. Local p equals local with the capital L ending with an L with a C and an OA. Yeah. It means that it stays within this if then. If I don't know, t equals true. T equals true. Okay. So there we go. So t equals true. If t equals double equals important. That's saying true. If t equals true, then p equals blah. Print p. Blah. Print p. Doesn't know what p is because it's not actually part of the script because it's local. Now if I said p equals blah, that means you can go anywhere. But local stays within this area. Okay, so that's what local means. Now, 3 minutes gone from explaining local. Loco, crazy. Okay. Now, so we're gonna do something called instancing. So p equals instance.new part. And now, what this does is it creates a part on the spot. Excuse me. Let's move this back to 000. Back to normal. You know the basic objects. If you search up part and they do this. Boom. That's instant.new part right there. It's to its normal settings. Its normal settings is not anchored, but can collidable. And it's this size, this transparency, this material, studs, the whole thing. That's what it looks like when you instance.new something. So, let's do this real quick. For I equals 1 to 10, do. For j equals 1 to 10, do. If you're wondering what I'm using j instead of I, like double times, is because the two variables would overlap, and you say position equals I, it doesn't know which one to do. So, so it's going to go, for I equals 1 to 10, do, it's going to go 1, and it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4, etc. So it's going to do that. So what's the whole point of that? Well, watch this. P dot anchored equals true. P dot top surface equals smooth. Make it look nice. P dot material equals grass. We want to make it look like grass, you know. P dot brick color equals brick color dot new bright green. Then we want to see, then p dot size equals vector 3 dot new 10, 1.2, 10. The reason why I do 1.2 is because it's a brick, unless, of course, I change its form factor. I went over this previously. Form factor is the type of brick, not ball or cylinder or brick. It's going to be like form factor custom or symmetric or brick. So custom makes you be able to do sizes. Brick automatically forces be 1.2. Yeah. So form factor equals custom p.size equals factor new p.cframe equals cframe dot new. Remember cframe. I times 10, 0, j times 10. Now, what just happened here? Absolutely nothing, because I forgot to make its parent. Game.workspace. You see, if you instance.new something, it would be nil. Its parent would be non-existent. So, if instance.new part, then that's it. P.parent equals game.workspace, so you can actually see it. It's in the physical stuff. You can make it into game.lighting, but you won't be able to see it. Part equals game.workspace. You can also change the settings to like M is my favorite way to do it. M equals instance.new model. But then you're like, wait a minute, if you just instance.new something, where's its parent? Good point. Game.workspace. So now we have a model. If you're wondering what a model is, a model can hold a whole bunch of parts without making a whole bunch of mess. Well, you know, like spamming the entire list. M.name equals Ter. I'm just going to name it Ter. Terry. Terry. Okay. Yeah, ignore that. So, the reason why I do I times 10 is because every 10 studs, it'll do something. Every 10 studs J-wise, it'll do something. See, J, I, J. Yeah, see how it works? Play. Where is it? Wait a minute. It's underneath here. There it is. Hello. The reason why I was at 0, the reason why you couldn't see is because the original base plate. Let's make this a little higher. 10 studs high. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. It's terrain, sort of. Now, if you just want to make it one brick, then you can just make it one brick. But that's boring. But you want to do, say, multiple ways. Math.random. Math.random chooses a random number between the first variable and the last variable. So you want to make it the first, so it chooses a random number between 1 and 5. Boom. Look at that. Hunger Games, baby. Right there. Look at that. Okay. So, yeah. That's how you do terrain. But of course it's random, so you won't see any hills, like a nice curve, or a well, or actually not a well, more like a, yeah. Play. But look, there's no spam. Because look, all the 100 parts that are right here, all these parts are not inside a workspace, so you can just minimize it in this model. It's beautiful. Okay, so if you want to make it, say, let's change it up, make it more bigger. Say, E equals 20. You want to make it exponential. So you can say E, you can say E, and changes to E, changes to E, changes to E, changes to E. This is just for the height. It just tells you how high it would be, you know. The reason why I have it times E instead of plus E or minus E or divided by E is because if you do an I times something per time, it would take that size and move it over by that exact same size. I hope it makes sense for that. I'm not sure I did. But otherwise it would overlap. Just leave it like that. It would overlap on top of each other and look that good. So E equals 20. So for Y equals 1 to E, go 1 to 20 times. J equals 1 to 20 times. Make a brick 20 big high with math.random 1 to 5 to 20 brick size to a C frame of 1 times E to a C frame of every I E to every J E. Let's see how big it goes. That's a lot bigger, isn't it? Let's make it 1. Actually, no, make it 2. How big would this be? Oh, it's tiny. Look at that. Look at that. It's tiny. But it's only 4 parts because, you know, 2 times 2 is 4. Oh, gotta go. Talk to you later. Roblox Slayer 10 out.